Alright guys, welcome back. We have quite the scenario here today. Thomas Shadhoud here wanted to see us take all the defensemen out of the NHL and see who would win the North. So we're going to do just that, and we're going to see what every single team can do with none of their defensemen. Now, of course, this is a bit challenging to make happen because you will see we have to go out and obviously fill these rosters, or the NHL game will automatically call players up from the AHL, they're defensemen. So we took all the defensemen, traded them for forwards from European leagues that aren't in the NHL, that ain't going to take players. The NHL ain't going to take players from those leagues and such. So we put them there. And then we said, all right, here's the second rule. We got to make sure every player is a 60 overall or higher, that is a forward, to kind of balance it out here. Because obviously when you talk about European leagues, there's 77, 76, and then there's like 54, 53 overalls. So we wanted to make sure every team had an equal, per se, balance of forwards returning here, anywhere between the 60 to 78 overall range. And because we did continuously go through every single team, it did end up being pretty balanced, I think, here. But let's take a look at how some of these lineups are looking here. Over here in Anaheim, Getzlaf, Henrique, it looks like they're going all forwards for the offense. How about defense? Theo Shore, are they going to throw Shore on defense? All right, they're going Shore, Kessler. I like what they're doing here. Throw some of the bottom six guys that are also very good defensively on the defense here. We're seeing out of Anaheim. I'm sure there's other teams thinking the same here. Furland indeed, left wing, and then Sutter's gonna play, or a centerman playing the second line there. Beagle. EA actually did a pretty good job of balancing it out here, putting some of the higher overalls on defense and on offense, where we don't just see teams rocking a bunch of 60 and 70 overalls on defense from the players we brought over from the other league, just because that's all that left. Tyler Bozak, look at him playing defense. Good for him. Over here in San Jose, we have Patrick Marleau, the 40 years young Patrick Marleau, first line. And then over here in San Jose, Pittsburgh's going to be rocking guys like Bukestad and McCann on the first line. Philly's got Nolan Patrick. All right, the young man over here playing defense. We'll see how that works out for him. Plenty of teams got a lot to work with here. Sazikes playing first line. Broussard, same story. Nashville's got Granlund and Turris. The Devils rocking Zajac and Coleman on that first line. Montreal, LA. LA's got to be an interesting one here. Sure does. Florida as well. Detroit, they probably upgraded their team here from a defensive standpoint. Nielsen, Abdelkader, not bad at all over there in Detroit. Dallas, seeing Faxa and Hintz rocking at first line. Cogliano, 5'10". I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he's short. What is he doing playing defense? I guess EA thinks it's gonna work out here. We'll see how much that size makes a difference here. I guess there's a few guys that are really short that are gonna be playing defense. They don't really have an option here. They're just going straight by the defensive abilities of players. If there are two-way guys, I'm assuming they're making it. What's Cogliano? Yeah, he's a two-way forward. It looks like that's the goal here for most of these teams right now. So what EA did was put everybody that is a two-way player on defense. Yeah, that is pretty much the end-all be-all the way it looks right here. Don't have a lot of snipers playing defense, understandably so. Bennett, same story, two-way. And then the occasional grinder who also play. Oh, geez, you said defensive awareness. That's elite. 77 overall. 76 on his shot block. You go, Robinson. Buddy Robinson. I like the name there. Good old Buddy Robinson. What's his overall? 73. That's stellar. Stellar Buddy Robinson. That has a nice ring to it. Over here in Columbus land, Anderson, Dubinsky, Benstrom, Riley Nash. Well, I like it. I mean, in all fairness, it almost looks like a current Columbus Blue Jackets lineup where half the players are from the AHL or the bench because everybody's injured. Can we please get healthy, Columbus? I think every time somebody comes back, we just lose another guy for like 6 months. It's not been fun. Teams been grinding through it, though. You gotta love the way they've been playing. So many injuries, and they're still killing it out there. So good for the Blue Jackets over there. But let's go ahead and start this season up here. We should be good to go here. Everybody's got forwards playing defense. Went through quite a few teams here. Who's going to be the favorite is the question. Vancouver was an 81, right? I don't remember who else had a high overall, but I know Vancouver had the 81. So we'll rock with Vancouver this season and see how they do with all forwards playing defense for the duration of the season. Starting off 1-2-1, so not a very hot start to the season for Vancouver, but they're turning it around. 5-3-1, 6-3-1. Decent for Vancouver. 8-4. That's best for 4th place in the division. Wow, they've been playing really good. Force of habit there. We stopped after a month. Been so used to doing the franchise rebuild stuff. I'm ready to get back on it already. Ready to get on the rebuild wagon for the next team. It's frustrating, but you know what? I think we're gonna straighten it out. We're gonna continue to learn. We're gonna get better at the franchise, and we're gonna bring home a Stanley Cup in this next rebuild. And I'm ready to get back on that horse. Ready to give it a second try here? It's time. It's time. I don't know who comes after New Jersey. New Jersey would New York? New York come after? Yeah, New York. So probably the Islanders next. Islanders taking home a Stanley Cup. It's got to happen. Right now, Vancouver is looking like they'd like to take home that Stanley Cup. This is a stacked Pacific Division. A team that's 21-10, now 21-15, but was 21-10, was in 4th place. It has been a loaded division. Vancouver going on quite the losing streak here in January. They can't afford to do that. That's going to hurt their playoff chances severely here. In the month of February, you'd like to see them turn it around a bit here. 30-22-9, so they're getting there, but they're still not all the way there. I don't think Vancouver's making playoffs. Now, granted, the other division, what do they call that? The Central? Yeah, that's a nice name for it. The Central may be a little bit weak, though, and they could still slide in there, but they're going to fall down to this. Jump up to 3rd right at the end there. Yeah, they're making playoffs. Good for Vancouver. We was questioning it. Vancouver's fine. Should be interesting here, though. I would expect a very high-scoring league. Pettersson only had 75 points? Really? I mean, I guess if you think about it, no, well, not even. I was gonna say if you think about it, some of the forwards went to defense, but a lot of those forwards are the bottom 6 guys. So guys like Pettersson were still playing a lot. 16 goals, 59 assists. Maybe the defense struggling, though, being a low overall, couldn't get them to puck up. I don't really understand the reasoning why there would not be high scoring in a league where all the defensemen are literally forwards. But alas, that's what we have. Tyler Seguin, Brad Marchand, and McDavid, the top 3 in the league, 102, 199. That blows my mind, actually, to think. Imagine going into the league and everybody's defense is forwards, not just forwards, but your bottom 6 forwards for the most part playing defense, and then you just gotta sub in all these other forwards for their other team's bottom 6s, and guys like McDavid and Marchand and Seguin couldn't get more than 102 points. There must have been some stellar goaltending this season. Who led the league in goals? Was it Kessel? No, Kessel had 43. Of course it was Ovechkin. What kind of question is that? Who led the league in goals? That's like asking if water's wet. We already know the answer to it. David Pastrnak, 91 points. Panarin, decent. Taylor Hall, decent as well over there in Arizona. But yeah, hey, not as far as defense is concerned. No, let's see how the defenseman did. Oh, they just tore it up, literally, the stat sheet, because there is none. So the defense, at least it confirmed the entire season there was never a defenseman that played all season. That's nice to see there. Every single defenseman in the league, there'd be at least one defenseman here if any played. So there was no call-ups by any AHL teams, which there shouldn't have been because we controlled every single team. That's why we did this in season mode and selected everybody to make sure that would happen. But what about the goaltending? The goaltending had to be stellar, didn't it? You would think if the way that I don't believe it. It was decent. It was actually some really good goaltending. 20 or 12-4. That's a backup goalie. A 930 out of Tuukka Rask. That'll help your case. Darcy Kemper played well. Fleury played really well. 924. Bishop, same story. What's Domingue doing going 8-12 with a 923? Playing 31 games. If you would have given us a 923 in our, Stanley Cup rebuild, we would have won the Stanley Cup with our eyes closed. Vasilevsky, 922 save, 919 out of Samsonov. So yeah, some rather high save percentages here, as you kind of expected, because, all these teams, like I said, again, low scoring. Shockingly, low scoring for a league with a bunch of forwards playing defense. But we'll take a look at the stats here on teams that made playoffs. 3.1, 3, 2.9, 2.43. Wow, the Vegas Golden Knights had a very low goals for per game, and they still managed to inch into playoffs. But yeah, pretty average numbers here for simming up this entire season when it comes to an offensive and defensive perspective from a goals allowed and for standpoint. 103 points, though, out of Arizona. Edmonton right behind him, then the Canucks and the Knights. Going to the Central is the Dallas Stars, 111. St. Louis, the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions, gonna make playoffs. They still got Benner. What else do they need? Winnipeg and Nashville rounding out the bottom 2 the bottom 2 spots in the division there. Boston, Montreal, Tampa, Toronto, and Buffalo over here benefiting. Oh, unbelievable. Detroit still couldn't do it. I thought they'd have a chance. Everybody on equal ground there. No defense for anybody. 76 for Ottawa. Same story there. I guess, again, it's a depth thing, though. All these teams had good depth forwards, and they threw them on defense. It made them winning teams compared to teams that just didn't have depth in general, and it just completely depleted their depth there. The Metro, Carolina, Philly, and New York. You talk about flipping around this division. 3 teams surprising everyone. No Capitals, no Penguins, no Blue Jackets, and the Islanders of all teams might have been the biggest shocker of them all. I guess they have been a very defensively oriented team over these past couple seasons, playing really well there. Seeing great goaltender play, so you take that away from them and they start to struggle. But let's see who can win the Stanley Cup for the season. I'm gonna say it's Vancouver. We gotta go with it. Vancouver's our favorite. I understand they had the best season, but they're staying our favorite. Pedersen heard us call him out. He's gonna start playing better, and we're gonna do great if we can get out of the first round, which might not be happening. It's Edmonton. It's McDavid playing against a bunch of teams with no defense. That's not even fair. That's like sticking him back down in the CHL and seeing how he does for the season. It's just, you know, it's not going to go well for anybody but McDavid. He's got to go out there and enjoy. Nice dinner and everything. Edmonton, though, has the Nashville Predators in the second round. Looks like there was a wild card team. Edmonton was, I take it then. Now they're gone. Second round. See you later, Edmonton. Was just talking you up. All right, we're just not going to talk anybody up from now on, because every time we talk a team up, they get bounced. Nashville is our new team. Maybe Winnipeg? Yeah, they're beating up all over Winnipeg here. It looks like 2 games left. They win 1. We'll see if they can do it here. Nashville trying to take care of business, and they will. And it is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Speaking of teams that benefit when nobody has a defense and teams that didn't lose anybody, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, can I say that? Ooh, I don't know if you can say that on the internet. There's a lot of Leafs fans out there. They're not going to be happy. Teams do not take my banter, or people do not take the banter well when you talk about their teams. It's all fun, guys. It's all in fun. It's all jokes. You guys can tell me how bad the Blue Jackets are all you want. I'll enjoy it. It'll be a great time. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, with a team that did not change, you know, still the same no defense that they had before the season started. Why can't I not move forward here, EA? Are we not allowed to sim past this day? All right, all right. We'll pretend it's not our first day. You see, you can go a day or 2 later. I just wanted to make sure that we could get the awards shown up here now. That's the reason why I bring it up. But it didn't work. Not a big deal. We'll be all right there. Let's take a look at this playoff tree real quick. See how Toronto went through. They went to the Canes, the Rangers, and then Montreal. Interesting sequence of events there. Different faces. We brought it up over there in the Eastern Conference. Some of the same in the West, but the Eastern Conference just turning things upside down. We'll take a look at these awards, though. We'll see who did win that Norris Trophy out of all the forwards that were playing defense. Over here on the Art Ross is Tyler Seguin, Brad Marchand, the Memorial. There's the Norris. Oh, geez. No, Kovacs? Kovacs? Right. Our Kovacs. Kovacs of the Rangers taking home the James Norris. Seguin with the Lady Bing. Dubé with the corner. All right. Really? Even with Kako out there? I guess Kako, that's different. Kako didn't get the corner. They might have stuck him on defense. I don't remember if we checked out the Rangers offense. They could have stuck Kako in defense. So Ryan O'Reilly, Marchand, and Ovechkin with the Maurice for short. Let's take a look real quick at this Washington or New York Rangers. Oh, we can't. They're not going to let us, are they? Because we're too late. We'll be all right. It's fine. End of the season, not a big deal. That's going to conclude this video then, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, a big thumbs up, subscribe, appreciate it, never required. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.